Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.
Good day and welcome to Africa Investor Today with me, Zylin. We start the bulletin with news on politics and economy. Visiting South African Foreign Minister Maite Nkoana Mashibane said on Tuesday her country would continue their efforts in building peace in the rest of Western Sudanese region of Darfur. The South African Foreign Minister talked with Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir at the Presidential Palace in Khartoum on relations between the two countries, the implementation of the comprehensive peace agreement signed in 2005 between Northern and Southern Sudan and the Darfur crisis. Rwanda's 2010 presidential elections have been set for Monday, August the 10th in 2010. The cabinet, which was chaired by President Paul Kagame, also directed that the campaigns begin on July 20th and close on August the 8th at 6 a.m. It is expected that over 5.2 million Rwandans are to turn up to the forthcoming presidential polls. The National Electoral Commission is currently updating and revising the voters' registers at the grassroots levels. The ambassador to Pretoria said that Beijing is worried about culturally naive Chinese companies damaging its image in Africa and thinks that the perception that it is only after cheap oil and minerals is unfair. Chinese trade with Africa has increased tenfold in the last decade, and last year China overtook the United States as the continent's principal commercial partner, with two-way flows totaling $107 billion. We'll be back up next with banking and finance news. Stay with us.
Redefining energy means redefining life. At the Petroleum, Oil and Gas Corporation of South Africa, our commitment to greater innovation and greener fuels has made us pioneers in the field of gas-to-liquids technology. It has also earned us worldwide recognition for producing the cleanest fuels through environmentally friendly processes. That's how we've become the international leader in diesel technology. Through pure innovation, pure energy, pure brilliance.
Now on banking and finance. The Managing Director of EcoBank Group, Mr. Arnold Ekpe, says that financial institution would play a leading role in Africa by serving a conduit for African Development Bank in the financing of development projects. Leading the bank's delegation on a working session with officials of the private sector department of the AFDB in Tunis, Ekpe said that the mission would build a real regional African bank and to help the continent's economic and financial development efforts. South Africa's number 4 bank, Nedbank, said on Tuesday it may not finance big carbon-emitting companies like miners and electricity producers in future unless they try to reduce their carbon footprints. Nedbank, which promotes itself as a green bank, said it planned to spend between 10 and 20 million rand on awareness and would push harder for alternative energy forms in the future. In other banking and finance news, the Nigerian unit of the South Africa's Standard Bank Group, Stanbic IBTC, has said its recent sack of workers is the result of a restructuring exercise taking place in the bank. The global crisis and the recent cleansing by the Central Bank of Nigeria has seen many bank workers relieved of their duties, as most were made redundant due to bank mergers. The CBN has carried out 2 major stress audit exercises, but there is speculation that the remaining 3 banks, Stanbic IBTC, Standard Chartered Bank and Citibank, will not be audited because of their foreign affiliation. This has already sparked controversy in the industry, with people saying that this goes against the grain of equity and fair play. We'll be back after the break. Stay with us.
Afrexim Bank is Africa's leading trade finance bank, an organization dedicated to promoting African trade through credit, risk-bearing and advisory services. We pride ourselves on having local presence throughout the continent and are committed to extending our award-winning trade and project finance programs to unlock private sector development continent-wide. We invite you to become a part of our vision for a strong Africa in a changing world. If you trade within Africa, contact us to support you.
News now on companies and markets. Property managers and developers looking to expand their footprint beyond South Africa's well-developed shopping centres and office markets are taking their much-needed expertise into Africa. Key players in the SA commercial property services industry such as Eris Property Group and Brole are steadily increasing their reach into Africa, including countries such as Botswana, Zambia, Ghana, Uganda, Nigeria and Mauritius. Commodities trader and investor Metmars said it had finalized a deal to buy a 40% stake in Zimbabwe Alloys and its subsidiary Chrome Corp for about 450 million rand. The purchase is being done through a consortium in which Metmar has a 20% interest and included several partners who would not only make a capital contribution but had the know-how to resume mining and alloy production. The acquisition comes as the Zimbabwean government tries to lure investors to put money into platinum, chrome and gold projects to help the country's mining sector recover from a long recession. Stay with us, we'll be back with infrastructure news up next.
Africa Investor, the leading African investment magazine, is essential reading for investors in Africa, filled with the very latest in Pan-African investment and finance news. In addition, log on to africa-investor.com to find out more about our exciting capital market, infrastructure and tourism events, and our long-standing investable Africa Investor 100 Index series, which tracks over $600 billion of African equities. Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.
Infrastructure news now. MTN Rwanda is threatening to disconnect Rwandatel customers over failure to meet its interconnection fees obligations. Cutting off the interconnectivity link means that Rwandatel's approximately 280,000 subscribers will not be able to make a call on the MTN network, which is comprised of at least 1.4 million subscribers. Apparently, for almost 8 months, Rwandatel has not paid the accumulating billions of francs in debt to MTN. UK-listed explorer Tullow Oil and US producer Anadarko Petroleum are set to announce they have established a new oil frontier stretching 1,100 kilometers along the African coast. This announcement is set to come out later this week. We've come to the end of today's bulletin. For more information, log on to www.africa-investor.com. Thanks for joining me, Zylin. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Africa Investor Today is proudly brought to you in association with Petro SA and Afrexim Bank.